The one-box wonder known as Kraft Mac and Cheese has been recalled again. 242,000 cases, more than 6.5 million boxes this time. There have been approximately 8 consumer complaints, but thankfully no injuries. So are we finally ready to look for healthier options? But are there any that are more affordable? Or as affordable even. So joining me now to discuss this is Kimberley Grayson, Chief Revenue Officer of Abe's Market, the premier online retailer for natural and organic products. Hello, Kimberley.
Good morning, Seema. How are you?
I am great. So let's start off talking about Kraft, shall we? So I think that they don't understand the legal ramifications of these constant recalls. Just to put this in context, they had a recall in September 2011 with Velveeta shells and cheese, where there was possible wire bristle pieces in the food. And then just last year in 2014, June, 260 cases of Velveeta cheese was sold to Walmart in 12 states, and that was removed. And now this one.
So as a food retailer, right, we carry food products. As well as being a mom, I'm naturally concerned anytime there's a contaminant that is found in food. But what it also brings to light, and I hope people are seeing anytime there's a recall for something like shards and traces of metal being found in a product, look a little deeper into what's inside the product that is approved for production. What concerns me inside a product like Kraft Macaroni and Cheese Original is what is inside the product that they produce on an everyday basis that isn't even part of this recall. For that, I'll reference their food dyes. There's a yellow dye number 5 and a yellow dye number 6 that concerns me. That's really something that I think people aren't waking up and taking enough notice to. So it's not just the recalled 240,000 plus cases or 6.5 million boxes, but the mass production that's going out there with these chemicals that are known inhibitors, as well as something that really accelerates hyperactivity disorder in children. And this is a food we are feeding to our children.
Do you think there are enough regulations in general in the food industry? Is it strict enough?
It's a really good question. When I see ingredients making their way into our food supply system that are banned in some of the European countries, or I should say many of the European countries, I have to say no. I think that we're not putting enough regulations around some of these ingredients. But what I'm really a fan of and an advocate for is a better labeling system. I think that in addition to some of these chemicals and these substances that are synthetically produced that are really not right for our bodies, we're all following different dietary restrictions and different dietary paths. And I think the key thing is that you can read your food label and understand what's inside your products.
Yes, we should be able to read.
For me, we should be, and be able to understand what it's saying, right? I mean, I think that the way that the food labels are right now, they talk about percentage of dietary value. I don't know many Americans who can make sense of that. I want to know for sugar content, what percentage of this product is sugar? And if we converted the food labeling system to that, it would be staggeringly obvious that we are consuming far too much sugar as a society. Over 80% of the products that we consume have sugar in them, and much of that sugar is synthetically reproduced refined sugars, not naturally derived.
Oh, Kimberley, I am with you. I think sugar is the cause of all evil, and I stopped refined sugar. It's been about a year, and I have to say, every single thing in my life has improved. I am a huge proponent of no sugar. So let me ask you about products like Abe's. When something is certified organic, and I want to point out to people don't understand, regulations, rules, that's law. So there are laws governing everything we do and everything we eat. So when something is certified organically, how is that regulated?
So certified organic is a government-regulated term. It follows everything from safe agricultural practices, reduction or elimination of pesticides, but it is one of the regulated terms that we do follow. What's very interesting and important to note is the term natural is not a regulated term by the industry. So for looking at natural products and which ones you can trust, it's very important that you look to the definition that's coming from the companies who are producing the products or the retailers who are carrying the products, because that term does not have one stated definition that is regulated by the government.
Now, Kimberley, my biggest problem with telling other people to eat organically and eat healthy is that it's expensive. And I have a lot of clients and people I come into contact with who are very poor. And for them, how do I say to someone, oh, put down that 25-cent bag of Doritos that you're feeding your 2-year-old at 11 a.m. and go buy a 50-cent banana? You see the point? For us, 25 cents really is not a big difference. But to someone who is poor, it is. How do you get poor people the ability to eat healthier?
Sure. It's a wonderful point, and it's something that we are very intent on being drivers of every single day at Abe's Market, because we recognize how important that is. I think there's a couple of key factors here. Organic, yes, it is going to cost you about 10 to 30% more, depending on the product. But I don't think organic is only the way to get better ingredients into your system. It really is about reading the labels and understanding that you have simple, most naturally sourced ingredients that are going in. But I think you also have to look at your all-in cost. If you are eating foods that are not healthy for you, you are going to suffer additional illnesses. You're going to suffer additional needs that you're going to have to invest in your health care.
Excellent.
Exactly. And I think we have to look at that. And I don't think any of us have fully factored in the value of what it costs to go to the doctor. We know there's a significant influence, an impact on our families there, time lost at work, as well as what it just does to our overall well-being. So I think we have to factor that in. So I think that the differential is an investment that ultimately pays off staggeringly well over time, and there are companies who are making a difference in this space, and the more we consume them, the faster they can get to scale. And I think when products get to scale, we can also find ways to reduce some of the costs, not by pulling product out that is really better ingredients and where we want to make our investment, but we can reduce some of the packaging costs from some of these smaller companies that are truly making better products.
Kimberly, give me some tips on where some of us with any type of income can go for good for you foods.
So here's a great thing that we started at Abe's Market, and because we're an online marketplace and we're available nationwide, we started something called a Try for $2 program, and every single day we give consumers a chance to try natural and organic products for just $2, and we ship them to you for free. And we do this because exactly what you're talking about. There's this belief and the true understanding that it is more expensive to buy some of these healthier products, and it's really expensive if you try ones and you find you don't favor them. So we make it super easy to try. Find the flavors you like, find the ingredients that work well for your system, that you digest well, that you feel really good consuming and feeding to your family. And I'm happy to see that grocery stores are starting to work natural and organic aisles into their mix. But this is a way that we can ship it to you right to your doorstep and make it super easy to try new products every single day.
And it sounds like Abe's Market is directly combating the data. The CDC has estimated that nearly 48 million Americans contract some sort of foodborne illness each year. In 2010, nearly 3.7 million people visited the emergency department to treat some type of symptoms relating to foodborne illness. So, Kimberley Grayson, continued good work. Thank you for the message, and thank you for coming.